Welcome to our DEUTZ AG 9 months 2024 earnings presentation for Seat 11A. Happy to give you further insights. This is the typical disclaimer, and here you can see the three most important numbers. Overall, DEUTZ remains profitable after difficult Q3. New orders were down nearly 4% on prior year basis to 1.3 billion euros. We had a positive effect in Q3 from the strategic portfolio development, namely the takeover of the bolster energy business in the US and bolster power systems and the off-highway business of the Daimler Truck engines, which was formerly marketed by Rolls-Royce Power Systems. Revenue was down 13.4% on prior year to 1.3 billion euros. The decline in Q3 was related not least to the 3-week production break we had to make in August. EBIT margin was quite stable with 4.4%. That's a decline to 1.7%, particularly due to volume effects. All in all, after 9 months, we are in line with our adjusted forecast. When it comes to revenue, you can see that service continues to grow. Americas is stable, but stationary equipment, construction equipment, and agricultural machinery are significantly down. And that's also related to the regions, because with all these business, we mainly in Europe and Germany, and you can see a decline of almost 20% here. Americas is very stable and profitable business, and we expect more growth in the US after the election there. We had important strategic steps in the third quarter 2024. When it comes to our classic segment, we had the takeover of sales and service activities for the Daimler Truck engines mentioned, and the first revenue and earnings contributions since August. And we had further progress in the implementation of the purchasing program. The new segment Solutions, combining the new tech organization, formerly known as Green, and the bolster power systems, the new business unit Energy. We had developments here. We evaluated the technology paths for e-products and hydrogen engines. We closed the acquisition of bolster power systems, and bolster contributed significantly both revenue and earnings-wise to our Q3 figures. And when it comes to service, we had another takeover of the central Polish DEUTZ dealer BTH Fast, which expands its business in the defense sector. You see a vehicle here with an engine by BTH Fast, and that's strengthening, obviously, our business in Poland, and the closing was beginning of November. As we all suffer under the weak market conditions, we started with countermeasures already, and we expect these cost measures to result in 10 to 50 million euro savings in Q4 through consistent implementation of these cost measures. Concrete, we flexibilize our classic production costs. We reduce shifts, we save in purchasing, and we reduce investments and inventories. We have short-term reduction in costs and expenses. We are freezing budgets in core areas like research and development. We have a strict expenditure control, and we reduce overtime and holidays. Our Capital Markets Day in October, we have a new guidance since beginning of October. We have had to adjust the guidance due to the weak market environment, and the new guidance says that we expect less than 150,000 engines for 2024, revenue of around 1.8 billion euros, an adjusted EBIT margin between 4 to 5%, and we expect the free cash flow to be at least balanced. In addition to the short-term cost measures we already have in place, we implement a structural cost program of 50 million euros to increase our competitiveness in the long run. We want to be ready with the full effect until the end of 2026, but we will already see sustainable savings in 2024. That should be around 40%. We also had the Capital Market Day in October and modernized our Dual Plus strategy, aligned our Dual Plus strategy for the next business phase. We still want to grow the classic business based on strong performance and consolidation. We want to expand the new solutions offering in energy and new technology, formerly known as green, and on fields where we have the right to win. And we also want to expand our profitable service business around the world. On our Capital Markets Day, we also presented new midterm targets for 2028. In this case, we expect unit sales, or we will not guide unit sales anymore. We will inform you about the unit sales, but we feel they are less important than before due to our changing business with energy and with the service business. Sales, we expect for 2028 between 3.2 to 3.4 billion euros. We see an adjusted EBIT margin between 8 to 9%. And we also adapted our dividend strategy with an upward trajectory. We want to pay a stable or higher than previous year dividend. You will find more details of the Capital Markets Day on YouTube, where you can follow all the recordings we've made, the board presentations, but also of the management team. Happy to see you on the road, for example, the Eigenkapitalforum in Frankfurt and on our next events. And if you have further questions, we are happy to talk to you. Please reach out to our investor relations team. Thank you very much for your interest in DEUTZ.
Disclaimer. As described in the legal section on our website, c11a.com, this publication is for informational purposes only. This means it is not intended to provide you with any investment advice. Any opinion or recommendation expressed by the companies is neither given nor supported by us and should not be considered investment advice from our side. Also, remember that any opinion or recommendation expressed is subject to change without further notice. The content is obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but we do not guarantee its accuracy, completeness, or timeliness. c11a.com and its employees disclaim all liability for any loss that may arise in any form from any use of the information in the video, audio, and on our website. We neither express any opinion on the future value of any security or other investment vehicle, nor recommend any investment based on the information provided. Please consider the publications and our website as a platform for companies to present themselves. You need to seek financial advice from an expert regarding the accuracy and appropriateness of the material presented or recommended by the companies in the publication. As we are just considered a publisher, we may hold and trade securities in the presenting company, whether it is a listed or private company. By consuming our content, you agree to these terms and the terms in our legal section on our website.